left also, because we know that there are martyrs of the left which are celebrated even in this campus. So it ultimately comes down to why does, I'm not talking about what happened on February 9th here, but then why is commemoration of Afzal Guru seen something so explosive and something so condemnable?
I mean, the problem again, without going to, we all have problems. We all have our own hypocrisy. I'm sure I have my own, and I know what my hypocrisies are. But we all have our own hypocrisies, our own blind spots, our own selective outrage, select empathy. Those things are part and parcel of life. But broadly speaking, when we look at left in India, and I'm talking the mainstream left, let's say, or even not so mainstream left, the problem with mainstream left is that the kind of debates I've come across, and because I've worked on Tibet a lot, and I see myself as left, I see myself as progressive, and I remember 2 years ago, I think I was speaking to Tibetan students here, saying or maybe 3 years ago, why Tibet should be a left issue, Indian left issue, not an Indian right issue. So it's very easy to say why Dalai Lama is praising RSS, why is VHP involved in amongst Tibetans, but the bigger question is not them, because they're refugees. The kind of discrimination and kind of insecurity that Tibetans face in India, being refugees, if you don't know, then partly because you don't know, but when we look at it, we know it's a very precarious life. The state of being refugee is even sort of more dangerous and more precarious than the state of being occupied to an extent, right? That's here. That is why has Indian left been quiet? Because Indian left, mainstream left partly, has largely followed certain kinds of lines. So if China says something, or China model is good, then it is great. And when China kills, commits genocide, again rapes, tortures and everything, we have to keep silent, because only the capitalists can be imperialist. Now take example of even communism as an idea. One aspect of communism is false consciousness, which is what? Workers don't know what's good for them, so we have to transform them. So who knows? It's the avant-garde party, right? So it's vanguard party, so which will sort of look at that. Now, if that is also not remnant of imperialism, I don't know what it is. Because imperialism is about, you don't know what's good for you, I will liberate you. And sadly, that is what also parts of communism has done. Because people don't know what's good for themselves, so let's talk about them. Now, coming to your question directly about commemoration and other things, the reality is, as there can be no ethical left position. There can be, I can see there can be strategic left position that keeps quiet on Kashmir. Strategic because you don't want to be arrested, you want to be meaningful, you assume that all Indians are very deeply parochial nationalists and all Indians would support killing and suppressing of Kashmiris. But there can be strategic silence. But there can be no ethical grounds on which the left or progressives could say that, oh, we should commemorate our own martyrs, but not see, let's say Afzal Guru, fine, he was, and you could say, he did not produce a lot of writing while he was there and everything. Take Maqbul Bhatt. Maqbul Bhatt was hanged by India in mid-1980s. Maqbul Bhatt talked of Azadi of the kind that, I don't think even we discussed that here, which is Azadi that included independence of Kashmir from both India and Pakistan, and he was punished by both India and Pakistan, though killed by India in the end. He also talked of social justice. He said there can be no Azadi without economic justice. He talked of all forms of justice, right? Now if Maqbul Bhatt, who was killed by Indian state, he should be an ideal model for the left here. But why is the left silent? Because tragically, I think the left has also bought into the nationalist myth, which is that India which we have is somehow sacrosanct, and left has gone and failed in ideas of socialism, which was very clear. Remember, before Stalin, the left has adopted the Stalinist idea of socialism in one country rather than Trotskyite, Leninist or even Marxist idea where you cannot have socialism in one country because socialism involves permanent revolution and it involves solidarity with the people who are not close to you.